Happy Tuesday, everybody. Lots to talk about. It was a busy day in Husker athletics. You get to hear from quite a few folks in charge of programs and folks within the programs. And it was a pretty good day in hearing from folks. We'll talk about some of that. We got the Husker Hall of Famer, Jay Foreman. We'll bring him in a second. 402-464-5685 for our Starter Heyman text line, Honda Lincoln hotline. Starter Heyman live video stream, Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter live if you want to see what's happening in studio and you want to get at it. We got Steven Sipple calling us at 4:30. I know you guys just talked to him.
But he call him back. What he got to? What, some gossip or something?
Well, it's to give him a chance to be heard in all of the outlets, right? He got his morning crew, right? He's got some of the late morning crew, but he doesn't do much afternoon. So we're like, okay, bro, let's get a visit in with the great Stephen M. Sipple, and put him and Jay Foreman together. Jay Foreman, let him know about the Mercado.
Mercado, certified Piedmontese at 84th and Havelock. You can check out the retail store, butcher shop, featuring hand-cut certified Piedmontese beef and the unique ingredients. Is open 7 days a week, 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. Ribeyes, New York strips, tenderloins, sirloins, and any other type of cut you would like.
We'll be out there Thursday. Tomorrow we'll be at Tanner's. We got some really cool jerseys to raffle off. I'll ask you, Jay. Okay, so we have a Johnny Rogers, a Rozier, and a Windstrom for Tanner's, Barry's, the Mercado. Since Mercado is our sponsor, we will take the Johnny Rogers out there. And all they'll have to do is come by and say what's up to us down in Mercado to register. Is that the right order?
So do they win it that day?
Yeah, somebody will at 6 o'clock on either of those days, somebody will have that jersey in their hand. So then Tanner's, which feels like a Windstrom deal.
Yeah, I was about to say that.
Right? And then Friday at Barry's.
That's Rozier.
Yeah. All right, so we have that. So we're going to raffle those off as well. We're also going to give away some tickets to the 63rd annual Pancake Festival. The Kiwanis, we'll give away those. Well, actually, I'm gonna give them to Jay, and then Jay can decide today who he wants to give them to. And it could be a texter, it could be a family member, it could be a friend, whatever you want to do with it. It's your choice. It's your choice. But they got to come big, right?
Yeah. Don't come weak.
Right. I mean, I don't think that's asking too much, right? We did get some news just a little bit ago. Of course, the weeknight shows are pretty loaded. 7 o'clock, we got Kyle Perry Uncut from the baseball team. 8 o'clock, we bring back Coach Rocky Russo from the Lincoln Stars to come in and do his thing.
Right.
Then you've got Timeless Talks with the track and field people. But at 6 o'clock, 6 o'clock tonight, right after us, Jay, when you leave here, there will actually be a special guest walking in the door that you might want to hang out and
who that is?
Fist bump. Well, they'll find up at 6 o'clock.
Oh, okay.
6 o'clock. But it's a special guest.
There it is.
And we don't give many people that sort of, hey, this is a special guest kind of vibe. Right?
Think about that, Nate.
Yeah. So, I think they might want to hang out a little extra while today.
Yeah.
Just a little bit.
I would recommend it.
Okay, Jay, give us the elevator view of last night's Cowboys-Giants game.
Man, the first 3 quarters was hard to watch, and then the fourth quarter was good football. I think the Giants, it's weird because they had multiple chances to take control of the game, and then the one offensive pass interference was a huge missed call because it was a 21-yard gain negated, and the Giants offense cannot play behind the chain. So it's weird that every time they started to get momentum, it was like Jerry Jones called in a favor. It was like, look, dude, we got to keep the Cowboys relevant, because if we lose any of these games without Dak,
nobody's going
to watch. So the Giants, I think they got some good pieces. I know they didn't bring back Daniel Jones on his 5th-year option, but dude, he performed pretty admirably to be under that much pressure.
Right.
I mean, these guys weren't just getting like a little pressure. these offensive linemen were straight whiffing.
Man.
And so, and the Giants defense, I think, is young and it'll be good. But the Cowboys won. They're probably the more seasoned team and stuff like that. But it wasn't a Giants Cowboys game like when Eli was there, where it was actually a really good game. Or obviously way back when Lawrence Taylor and those guys were playing, it was kind of most of the games. The NFL games have not been, in my opinion, anything special. You get special plays and all that other stuff, but you got to think the Bengals last year was probably one of the most exciting teams. They kind of look like
they didn't get better at the weakest place in
they spent money, but there's still big holes in there, and so then you got to say, okay, well, Burrow needs to get the ball out faster, because there's only so much you can do as far as blocking. But I think the preseason mode of these teams is out of their system. And so you're going to start to see in the next 2 or 3 weeks, the teams really start to separate themselves.
So through that, a lot of the credit last night on broadcast were given to linebacker play on both sides of the ball.
Right.
What did you see? Was there anything spectacular?
Well, I mean, Micah Parsons is that dude. I think the addition of Anthony Barr, as long as he doesn't play scrub, like, because in Minnesota he was soft to be that big, but the addition of Anthony Barr along with Van Der Esch or whatever his name is allows Micah Parsons just to do his thing, and that's called wreak havoc. DeMarcus Lawrence as well. So you got 3 big, fast first-round pick guys that all can play in that kind of cover 3 system, where Dallas has a cornerback, Diggs, that can lock you down. Brown's actually a good cornerback from Colorado, and the safety play is pretty good. They got Hooker, who was a first-round pick from Ohio State that the Colts drafted. Has some bad luck with injuries, but now he's playing really well. The defensive line is actually deeper than what it looks, and so the linebackers played really well on both sides. Now the Giants, they have Crowder, who's a young guy, burst on the scene with his big hit against Derrick Henry in like week 1. He still has a little bit to learn, but overall they have a pretty decent linebacker core. But Dallas's linebackers or defense is legit. But Micah Parsons is that dude. I mean, he is a full-fledged offensive game plan wrecker like no other.
Where would you? I mean, who's the best linebacker in the NFL right now? In your mind?
I mean,
Darius Leonard.
No, probably like Bobby Wagner. My man from San Francisco is pretty tough. 54. He's really good. Darius Leonard's good, but he's a little weak against the run.
Is it too early to coordinate Parsons as top 5?
Oh, too early? He is, but he's kind of like you can't say he can play stack. He can play Sam. He can cover. He can do it all. He can rush the passer, obviously. But you got TJ Watt that led the league in sacks last year, broke the record, I think. So,
and I think if TJ was healthy, that's a name that pops up early. So,
but he's up there. He's in the top 4 or 5.
Okay.
And I wouldn't, if I was starting the defense, I wouldn't have no problem putting him at middle linebacker.
Well, that was the next question: was if you're starting
anywhere.
team. Yeah.
I just say do where you want to play.
Yeah. I just need you out there.
Where you just tell me what.
Okay.
I'll just throw out my defense where you want to go.
Okay. I want to go back to the text on before we go forward. Pecan Pass says this. What's up, fellas? Wondering what will need to be done for the Winstrom jersey. Grew up in the same area as him. Our dads worked together for a time, played against his older brother, Chance. I remember a younger punk kid named Grant running around in the summers when I played Legion Ball for Webb City, and even ran on him when he was at Nebraska. And we talked about our days growing up in Carl Junction and Webb City. I understand it will be at Tanner's, just wondering the details. This is how it works. For any of the 3 remotes that we have. Now, Jay, you will not be there Friday because you'll be the Big Ten, or are you going to be there late? We'll be at Bears.
Fridays. I will not be there Friday.
You will not be there Friday.
Yeah.
Okay. So
if I do get there, it'll be late.
Okay. Well, you can stop by and grab a meal and do your thing. But so Wednesday at Tanner's, Thursday at the Mercado, Friday at Barry's. All you have to do for any of those spots and for those jerseys is there'll be a box there. All you have to do is fill out the form, put your name in it. We're not even asking that you have to be there at 6 o'clock to win it. We're just saying
you got to stop by Pecan. If you slide me a couple hundred, a couple hundos, you magically can. We could do the old house of cards and just make sure your name ends up on top.
If you're gonna work that hard, just call me. Like if you're gonna work that hard, just call me and say like
I'm just playing.
Like just like if you're gonna work that hard for it, just tell me, hey, look, DP, I need that jersey. Work it out. But for those days, you don't have to stay. Just come in, say what's up, fist bump, put your name in the box, and then wait for us to call you and say either you want
cheeseburger. You should be saying Jay Foreman's your favorite player of all time.
Yeah, they're missing the layup.
You just
they're missing the layup.
Write down the list.
Okay, so what we have to do is order a couple of the jerseys.
Delete
off of right.
Delete
right.
Delete
missed opportunity. That's a layup, right? That would be a layup. But you could go online, go on the ticket website, order the Foreman jersey off the website, and then have Jay sign it.
Yeah.
Or ask Jay to sign it. He may charge you a couple of bills just to sign it, but that's between you and him. But if you get the shirt from off the website, Jay will definitely at least consider signing it for you. So, Tater's trying to figure out his way in. Yeah, Tater, that Foreman, that's just what we were saying for the Foreman jersey. Order the jersey, and then we'll figure it out. Simple. Yeah, he says he figured it out. Would a couple of bills get me the 44 jersey as well? Yeah, that's just order the jersey. You guys go to the website, go to the shop, click on it. We don't have a Nathan Brennan jersey yet. I don't know what his middle school jersey number was.
What was your football number?
My football number was
68.
Well, at JV it was 44, and then it was taken when I got up to varsity. So 48. 48. What? I was on 48.
What the hell?
What? I was playing JV.
I just can't believe that you ran on the field and you ever wore 44.
Well, no, that was JV. No, I was 48.
What number were you when you ran on the field and stopped somebody?
I plead the
I'm
fifth.
sure there's somebody from his high school listening.
What number were you?
Who has a picture of him?
Were you number 44?
No.
Okay, good.
Yeah, we need that. Yeah, we need that picture of him.
Yes, drumstick.
Of just him on the sideline. Of just him on the sideline.
Well, in my defense,
you don't have any pictures, no Polaroids
of what?
Hey, Dad.
Hey, Dad, I'm playing. I can see you while a game's going on.
Right.
I'm here.
Right. No, he's in the uniform with a microphone interviewing the starters. He's interviewing the starters with
How does that Gatorade taste?
Yeah, I would.
Oh, well,
I was a respectable special teams player.
No, they don't
exist.
Like it too. They don't. Jay, tell him they don't.
You look like
tell him they don't. See, don't.
Greg Minuski, you know.
Yeah.
You
see. That's why you know. That's why he wasn't a really good special teams player.
He
don't know Eddie Brown. He don't know
he never had a mohawk.
He could have said Steve Tasker. Yeah, it was Steve Tasker.
Blown out of the helmet.
Did you ever Steve Tasker? You don't know Steve. Okay, you're done. We'll throw the break. We're correct. Stephen M. Simple will call in and talk to us old heads on Old School. 937.
You're listening to Old School with DP and J. Download the mobile app and listen wherever you are on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
The faculty and staff of Wilbur-Claytonia School District reminding us the fall school semester is well underway. Keep young students out of harm's way by driving with caution and without your cell phone. Property damage is one thing, but too many people are physically injured by distracted or speeding drivers. Slow down around schools and stop while students board or exit buses. The faculty and staff of Wilbur-Claytonia School District working tirelessly for student and family safety. Learn more online at wilbur-claytonia.org or call 402-821-2266.
There's nothing quite like the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese beef. The Mercado offers unique ingredients you can't find anywhere else, open every day from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. The full-service butcher shop and retail store is wonderful for meat lovers with their exclusive certified Piedmontese beef and assorted sausages, plus other quality meats, including pork, chicken, and a wide range of the freshest seafood. Plus, every Friday from 11 to 2, the Mercado serves up the best lunch in town on their Friday Feast menu. Stop in at the Mercado today at 84th and Havelock or visit their website at cpmercado.com to see current deals. An entire week celebrating Lincoln's Craft Brewers is just around the corner. September 26th through October 2nd is Lincoln Craft Brew Week. Head to lincoln.org/beer tour for a complete schedule of events at your favorite local establishments. Brought to you by the Lincoln Convention and Visitors Bureau.
Trendy or traditional, Gary Michaels Clothiers specializes in men's tailored clothing. Off the rack or custom made to measure, there is simply no better shopping experience. Offering designer furnishings, sportswear, shoes, outerwear, and accessories for a man always concerned at looking his best. With world-class tailoring and personal service, all makes Gary Michaels Clothiers Nebraska's premier store for men. Come visit us now at Village Gardens, south of 56th and Pine Lake Road in Lincoln.
These days, there are more reasons than ever to treat yourself to a great haircut at Great Clips with the online check-in app. So tell us, why do you check in?
I check in because I'm tired of hat hair. I check in because we all need a cut.
I check in so I can feel like me.
And I check in so I look good for you.
No matter why you check in, you'll check out with a great haircut and save time with our online check-in app. Great Clips. It's going to be great.
How's Wingstop sound? Crispy, juicy classic wings. Made to order, cooked to perfection. And sauced and tossed in those 11 soul-satisfying flavors. Paired with hand-cut seasoned fries, house-made honey mustard, blue cheese, or signature Wingstop ranch. And of course, spicy Cajun fried corn. I think you've heard enough. Get your flavor delivered at wingstop.com.
Bauer Infrastructure is a new name from a well-established brand, and they're paving the way to progress. And they're hiring. Bauer Infrastructure is hiring truck drivers, carpenters, truck mechanics, and equipment operators. And they have industry-leading benefits to maintain a work-life balance. Bauer offers paid time off and paid holidays, a matching 401k plan, medical, dental, vision, life, and disability insurance, a clothing allowance, and more. Start your new career today by applying at BauerInfrastructure.com. If you need to sell equipment and trucks, Ritchie Brothers' new Lincoln Satellite Yard lets you free up space at your property and get local access to all Ritchie Brothers auctions. Drop your equipment off and sell it online at any Ritchie Brothers auction, Iron Planet, or via Marketplace E. The yard is at 8801 US 6 Lincoln. It's secure and makes for easy in-person buyer inspections and pickup. Take advantage of this yard to sell at Ritchie Brothers' Great Plains Regional Auction, September 15th and 16th. For details, visit rbauction.com/Lincoln.
Empire Fence and Netting in Waverly is now hiring for several positions. They're looking for a fence installer for both commercial and residential, for local projects, and ones that require travel. They also have openings for operators, dirt work, welding positions, and applicants with CDLs are very desirable. If you're looking for a locally operated business that provides excellent work for customers and great benefits and care for its employees, email info@empire-fence.com or give them a call at 402-682-7658. Empire Fence and Netting.
Victor deployed for the first time to Afghanistan in 2003. At 4 a.m, my phone rang. They said, "I regret to inform you that your husband was wounded in action." Victor sustained a moderate traumatic brain injury. I was doing school full-time, and I was also then caring for Victor. One of the most important elements of caregiving is taking care of yourself. I just didn't want to forget that I also had goals and that I also had a life. What I did is I challenged Victor to meet me halfway. There are almost 6 million military and veteran caregivers across the nation. We have our own journey, and we can fulfill that journey at the same time that we are helping our loved one.
Visit aarp.org/caregiving for a free military veterans guide to navigate your caregiving journey and better care for your loved one and yourself. Brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
Old School with DP and J on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Welcome back. Old School Jay Foreman. Nathan Brennan running the boards. 402-464-5685. Starter Heyman text on Honda Lincoln Hotline. Starter Heyman live video stream up, running Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter so you can see what it is. And yes, I will confirm that you can go on the website. We had 4 people ask. If you go on the website and order the Foreman jersey shirt, once you get it in hand, then you reach out to Jay and ask him to sign it for you. Now, he may make you, he's not like Vershawn, where Vershawn's going to make you do 25, 50 push-ups.
Yeah, we ain't got time.
Jay may he may just charge you.
We ain't got time for no push-ups.
Jay will make that work for you. So, Fair enough. Let's go to the Honda Lincoln Hotline. Let's bring him in, Stephen M. Sipple. Mr. Sipple, kind sir, thank you for doing this. How the heck are you again?
Good, DP. How are you guys doing this afternoon?
Well, Jay's feisty. It's that linebacker vibe that you get, where he missed a week of football and his Bills lost, so he's ready for the Huskers to show up on Saturday and get some retribution. He needs some balance. But you got to have eyes on and ears on. Listening to Mickey Joseph and the players come through and speak today, what was message one takeaway for you?
Reset, new start, Big Ten starts again. Don't look back right now. Fresh start, that's the way Mickey put it, and that makes sense. It kind of makes sense. It's not Mickey's first game in charge, but it's Bill Bush's first game in charge of the defense, and they are restarting in the Big Ten. They're definitely simplifying on defense, which makes sense. I think Eric tried to get pretty precise with calls, trying to match up personnel, and probably overdid it. And I think that explains some of the issues. And he's going to simplify calls. There's not going to be as many calls. He's going to emphasize getting their feet set pre-snap, have their eyes in the right place, just basic stuff. But hey, guys, they weren't doing basic stuff, and that's why you're 128th nationally in total defense. So back to the basics is another message.
So, what is your your floor and ceiling for the defense with this game? Coming up on Saturday night. As far as an Indiana team that has some good parts, but has obviously an awful offensive line. What are you expecting to see out of the defense come Saturday night?
It's really hard to know. It's just hard to know. If you're just going on immediate track record, you can't expect much.
Right.
They haven't shown much. So I hate to just go on the radio all the time and strike this tone of optimism when there's nothing. There's nothing there that suggests that there's going to be a significant turnaround. And Indiana has some athletes. They do. Cam Camper's legit on the outside. 6'2", 210-pound kid at target 17 times. I think he got target 17 times against Cincinnati. Had 10 catches. I like that little running back. He's capable of really hurting Nebraska. I think his name is Sean Shivers. He's a little guy, but he's a tough little guy. He's fast, quick to the hole. That's the kind of guy that's hurt Nebraska, and that's the kind of guy that can hurt a lot of teams. So, yeah, they're not great up front. And I like Basilek. Don't love him. I don't love him. I liked him at Missouri. I saw him in the bowl game, and I thought he caught my eye. He did. He caught my eye. So I was interested when he went to Indiana what it looked like. And it's looked okay. They threw it 66 times last week, threw it 55 times the week before. Now listen, I don't like that matchup. Just that. You can go into nuances all day long, but just that element. They're going to throw it a lot against a team that hasn't defended the pass very well, or well at all. They're going to exploit the middle of the field, I imagine. They can, and I imagine they will, which you can do against Nebraska. So I guess the way I'd put it is this way. If I were Mickey, I'd get I don't know. I guess what I would be thinking, I don't know if I'd send this message to the offense, but I'd be thinking, we better score 31. If we're going to win this, we better score at least 31.
Sip, who have you heard from, whether sources or maybe being at the press conference of a player that maybe have played sparingly in the first, 4 games that could possibly get more playing time, whether it's offense or defense, moving forward?
Well, it's like they're talking about Omar Brown. They moved him to nickel. Maybe see a few more snaps from Omar Brown at nickel, a few fewer snaps from Gifford at nickel. They got Deshaun Singleton backing up Farmer. that's sort of a change. Jaden Gould, sort of a change on the depth chart. I don't know how much you can expect those guys to play. I mean, Ethan Piper's a fairly big change. Now he played against Oklahoma at left guard. I'm trying to think what I'm here. Well, you know what? I'd heard Kane Williams, but I don't think Kane materialized on the depth chart. I thought Kane Williams might get a look at nickel, and I'll kind of believe it when I see it when he doesn't. But he's not on that. He didn't materialize on the depth chart. Those are the guys that come immediately to mind.
Simple. The situation that was addressed, and you mentioned Ethan Piper and saying that Piper will start at left guard. Kevin Williams is out. I didn't know that Williams was at that in that sort of space with the sprained ankle. The offensive line will be the focus once again. Like I mean, it's no matter how you rotate it, flip it, spin it around. Does Piper give you any comfort at being the guy at left guard?
Oh, he hasn't really. I mean, it hasn't. Again, VP. It's kind of one of those. It's like the defense in a way. You just haven't seen it. I mean, it's hard to. You haven't seen much of it. You know, you didn't see it last year. He basically got benched. We got moved past. And, you know, limited sample size this year against Oklahoma. I suppose it was okay, but 12 empty possessions doesn't suggest anybody played particularly well. So DP, I'm not, you know me, I'm pretty light on everybody and mostly on those kids. But on the other hand, there's a lot of guys over there that have a lot to prove right now. And I'd say Piper's one of them. He's still young. That's the thing. These guys, a lot of these guys we're talking about, especially the offensive linemen, these are guys, DP, with 2 years, 3 years, 4 years left to play. Piper could become a very good player. If you're a Nebraska fan, you just hope that process ramps up.
Well, you know, for the backup center, right? That and a lot of you spoke of the depth charts. That Banks being in several positions, Lutofsky being in several positions, and Hunter Anthony being a part of it. I think the offensive line has opportunities. We're going to see some dudes in position Saturday that we haven't seen them.
Yeah, Sip, will they rotate some of those offensive linemen, particularly at the right tackle position?
Donovan plays it pretty close to the vest. I don't have any great information on that. I'm expecting it based on what Mickey has said, that they'll give guys a look. And that's probably, listen, some of this is just common sense.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, I would think that they would give right tackle something. They would put a different look out there. It just makes sense. So yeah, I think Mickey, and it makes sense in the context of what Mickey said, what they're trying. They got to try some different things. It just makes sense right now. This is the time. They're not getting what they want out of the guys that are playing. So let's see something. And I think that's what you'll see.
So who's tell me one or two people on offense and defense that need to step up for Nebraska to kind of turn their season around, not only Indiana, but these next 8 games?
Defense, I'd start at inside linebacker, and I'd just start kind of with both of them. I mean, now there's some grace there with Nick Henrich because of his injury. There has to be some grace. Reimer's just got to turn it up. I mean, Reimer's a good player. I don't know if it's an cumulative effect of past injuries. It might be that the defensive line not holding up impacts him, obviously.
Right.
And I think Eric was being a little too precise. There was some confusion, and I saw it with Luke. You could see confusion with Luke sometimes, and he's trying to move a freshman sometimes, trying to get the freshman in right position. And there was just quite a bit of struggle there. I'd say Tommy Hill. You need more out of Tommy Hill if he's going to be the guy. I mean, I'm not. We'll see on that.
Right.
At the corner spot. Those are two guys that come to mind readily. On the offensive side, I'd like to see Garcia Castaneda step it up a little bit. I mean, he was critical in the first game, and then it's kind of gone away. And in fact, it's hurt him a couple of times.
Right.
All mine saying that about Garcia Castaneda because he's a guy. He's an old dude now. I mean, he's 23 years old. He can handle criticism on the radio. And I'm not really criticizing. He just needs to. He just needs to
step it up a little bit.
They could use a guy like that to play like he did in the opener. That would help matters greatly. And then I just say, kind of the line. I didn't say the offensive lines. Go back to what DP said. It's got to start there. So there's and you could pick a guy there. You could say he needs to step up.
Sip, there's so much conversation. A lot of your questions for Mickey were about tempo, offensive tempo, using the offensive tempo to set a defensive pace that was conducive to them being successful. Indiana has thrown the ball 100 more attempts than Nebraska, and that's a lot. That's a lot. Now he talked about the 80 snaps per player, that you can't have guys out there, but that defensive rotation is going to take a big hit. How strong is your brain locked in on the number of snaps that Indiana plays offensively versus Nebraska's defense?
Yeah, it's critical. I mean, there's some guys there's some positions where they don't have a lot of depth. Inside linebacker, I always go back to inside linebacker. They don't have a lot of depth there that they feel they have the guys there, but are they going to make Luke Reimer play 90 snaps in this game? And what's that going to look like late in the game? Are they going to play Nick Henrich 90 snaps? I don't know. And how do they feel about the guys behind him? You're going to have to see a lot of Kolerovich. I think Hausman's probably still in the picture. You got to see those guys a little bit. And up front, you know what, DP, they've been rotating those guys up front pretty well since the opener. The opener got really out of whack. There were a couple guys that just played way too much compared to the others. Robinson played way too much in that game. Colton Feast played way too much in the opener. Then they evened it out, and that's been better. I think they have a decent rotation. They have a decent rotation in the interior defensive line, and I think guys like O'Shawn and Garrett Nelson and Caleb Tanner are built to play a lot, and I don't worry too much about that. O'Shawn hasn't been on the field all the time anyway. And I think Tanner could play 170 snaps and be okay. He's just that type of guy. I'm exaggerating, but you know how Caleb is. I mean, he's an incredibly gifted and incredibly well-trained athlete. He's undersized for what they're asking him to do, but he can play all day. And I think Garrett's kind of in that category too.
So what do you this depth chart, they got two edges. Caleb Tanner is a solo Sam linebacker, and with O'Shawn and Garrett starting. What do you put into that? Is that a 4-3 front that they're going into, or is it just kind of these are our guys, and technically these are what they're named?
No, I think they want to be more in 4-3. I think their personnel dictates that a lot. I've wondered about that. I don't get as wrapped up in those conversations as some do. In this case, a little more because I think it makes more sense with what they got. But a lot of teams are shifting in and out. Wisconsin's a 3-4, I guess, but they're always at the snap. There are a lot of times they're 4-3.
Right.
Nebraska's been a little bit like that. But the depth chart. I don't know. I don't put a lot into that depth chart handout they give you. I don't know how precise it is. There were some changes on it which suggest some level of thought that they put into it, but I don't know. I don't pay that much attention to it.
It's good to know, Sip. We need for you to give us that information so that my eyes are directed in the right place. Stephen M. Simple, thank you, kind sir. Greatly appreciate you, bro.
All right, good questions. Have a good one, guys.
Thank you. That's Stephen M. Mr. Sipple.
Yeah, it's
up and down. There was a question that we didn't get to ask him, but from the text line, it says, "What happened to Snodgrass at inside linebacker?"
Yeah, I don't know.
That's a curiosity, right? Like that's a name that was in play that hadn't moved, and that's another one. He and Noah Pola Gates are probably the two that, when I look at the depth chart, I have the most questions about. But that's okay. There's reasons. That's why they go to practice. That's why they go to practice every day.
Yeah, the best depth chart is what you see on Saturday night.
Yeah. All right. So we'll throw the break when we come back more. Old school. 937 The Ticket.
Watch Old School live on Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch. Old School with DP and J on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Your home should not be a zoo to unwelcomed animals. Let the experts at Bats to Rats take care of those problems. Dane has been a leader in wildlife and pest management and prevention in Lincoln and the surrounding area for 15 years. He can help you get rid of bats, rodents, and anything else. Whether it's residential or commercial buildings, schools, apartments, or churches, they're always a phone call away. Call today at 402-310-0904 or visit batstorats.com. Bats to Rats Wildlife Control and Prevention.
Casey's General Stores is giving away 2 tickets to each Nebraska football home game this season. To enter, just head to any Casey's General Store location in Lincoln during the football season, scan the QR code at the front counter, and fill out the online form. One winner will be chosen at random 2 days before that week's game. So head over to Casey's, stock up on all your tailgating snacks and drinks, and register to win 2 tickets to a Nebraska football game, brought to you by Casey's General Store and 93.7 The Ticket.
There's nothing quite like the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese beef. The Mercado offers unique ingredients you can't find anywhere else, open every day from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. The full-service butcher shop and retail store is wonderful for meat lovers with their exclusive certified Piedmontese beef and assorted sausages, plus other quality meats, including pork, chicken, and a wide range of the freshest seafood. Plus, every Friday from 11 to 2, the Mercado serves up the best lunch in town on their Friday Feast menu. Stop in at the Mercado today at 84th and Havelock or visit their website at cpmercado.com to see current deals.
Guys, I just had my weigh-in over at Farrell's Extreme Body Shaping after my second 10-week session over there. Since I started with them in April, I've lost 70 pounds. No pills, no starvation diets, just the proven method at Farrell's using kickboxing, strength training, nutrition, and personalized coaching. It all starts with their 10-week challenge. The next one begins on October 1st. Reserve your spot and get half off by mentioning the ticket. You can get all the information at fxblincoln.com, and I'll see you at Farrell's for the 10-week challenge beginning October 1st. Join now for 50% off. Empire Fence and Netting in Waverly is now hiring for several positions. They're looking for a fence installer for both commercial and residential, for local projects, and ones that require travel. They also have openings for operators, dirt work, welding positions, and applicants with CDLs are very desirable. If you're looking for a locally operated business that provides excellent work for customers and great benefits and care for its employees, email info@empire-fence.com or give them a call at 402-682-7658. Empire Fence and Netting.
It's time again for Lincoln's Best Oktoberfest, the 7th annual Piedmont Oktoberfest, October 8th from 5 to 11 p.m. Enjoy dozens of beers, amazing local food, live music, costume contests, stein holding contests, yodeling, and more, with tickets starting at only $33. Live music by the B Street Band, provided by Aloe Fiber, and safe rides home, provided by Z-Trip and the Nebraska Department of Transportation Highway Safety Office. Get your tickets today at the shops at Piedmont.com. Use promo code THETICKET to receive 10% off your complete order. It's the Piedmont Oktoberfest, the shops at Piedmont.com. If you need to sell equipment and trucks, Ritchie Brothers' new Lincoln Satellite Yard lets you free up space at your property and get local access to all Ritchie Brothers auctions. Drop your equipment off and sell it online at any Ritchie Brothers auction, Iron Planet, or via Marketplace E. The yard is at 8801 US 6 Lincoln. It's secure and makes for easy in-person buyer inspections and pickup. Take advantage of this yard to sell at Ritchie Brothers Great Plains Regional Auction, September 15th and 16th. For details, visit rbauction.com/Lincoln.
Another packed fall sports season means it's time to get to N Street Drive-In to fill up on all your beverage needs. Right now, they have tons of Oktoberfest beers, and you can check out their Odell Brewing, Imperium Brewing, and Sam Adams selections as their beers of the month. Also, make sure to download the new N Street Drive-In app to order online and to set up delivery right to your front door. And don't forget their top-notch crowler fill system. N Street Drive-In, your one-stop beverage stop at 1801 O Street.
Keep your tailgate cool with the dazzling hot deal from Sartor Heyman Jewelers. Get a free Yeti cooler with your purchase of only $1,500 or more. Take advantage of interest-free financing with no money down. Sartor Heyman has gorgeous jewelry in every price range, so buy her the diamonds she's been dreaming of and get instantly rewarded with a Yeti cooler for free. Offer ends soon, so hurry in and snatch up this cool jewelry deal. Sartor Heyman Jewelers, a Nebraska tradition since 1905.
You want to feel important. You want to be a part of something bigger, something that matters and can help change things. You want to feel like you belong. We know. We felt that way too, and that's why we did something about it. We aren't just Army National Guard soldiers. We are normal people just like you. But our part-time service in the Army National Guard means we get to be more. When our communities are in need, we get the chance to stand up and do something about it. We get to serve in our own region and help the people we call neighbors. Whether they are in the mountains of New Mexico, the plains of Nebraska and Kansas, the ranches of Oklahoma and Texas, the farmlands of Missouri and Arkansas, or the bayous of Louisiana, we are here for our hometowns. And together, we can make a difference. Take on your legacy. Visit NationalGuard.com to find out more.
Sponsored by the Nebraska Army National Guard. Aired by the Nebraska Broadcasters Association at this station.
I grew up hearing that women are bad with money. But like many of you, I spent years paying bills, managing checking accounts, and taking care of my family. So turns out women are pretty good with money after all. And now I'm taking control of my financial future by saving for retirement. It's never too late to start, and there's a great website to help you. Check out WeSaySaveIt.org and jumpstart your retirement savings on your budget and your timeline. That's WeSaySaveIt.org. Brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
Back to old school with DP and J on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Welcome back. Final segment, hour one, old school on a Tuesday. Again, don't go anywhere at the end of old school. Sam Hoiberg and his special guest. And it is a special guest. It is a special guest. And then Kyle Perry, Uncut, will take you all the way through Outside the Box with the Stars, and then Timeless Talks with Chris Ramsey and Nico Schultz from Nebraska Track. And then Harrison Arns will close it out and give you a recap of the day. Simple biz. We like to make people smile. We're going to double dip today. So the folks, whoever gets the Beatrice Bakery will also get passes. Get these passes to the 63rd Annual Kiwanis Club Annual Pancake Festival, October 22nd. You can go to LincolnKiwanis.com and get more information. But we have passes. We have passes. So if you want to do that, you want to be a part of that, we can make that happen. Simply give us a reason. Tell us why you and your family want to go eat pancakes. Shouldn't be that difficult. The Beatrice Bakery care package giveaway, we will take submissions today because, again, I can double dip today. Today, there's with purpose. I'm going to tell you that the folks, our special guest is going to be our recipient 1A for Beatrice Bakery care package. And then whoever text in a submission as well, we will double up and do that. Jay, I think that's a fair day.
Sounds like a great day.
Right? That you're going to get Beatrice Bakery and pancakes.
And Nate's going to be there.
I will be there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll eat some
You'll
pancakes.
double dip that day? I'm pretty sure you're double dipping that day.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
You're doing TV and radio that day. We'll drag you over to us.
Just like every other day. Always grind.
I understand. That's why I have respect for you, Nathan.
I appreciate
you
that.
double dip. I have respect for Jay. He double, triple dips. You never quite know which hat Jay Foreman is going to wear that particular
Always something.
day.
Oh, yeah.
And he's got
one, man, but it brought back my hairline, though. I got to take this bad boy off. Okay, it's the first time I ever realized my stuff is starting to push back a little bit.
That's why I never wear a hat. Scared.
Well, even with the fro, you kind of went back, right?
No, this is the first time ever.
Oh, so you noticed that it's actually moving.
Yeah.
What, did your wife say something?
No, I looked at when you had
When they shaved him down.
where you look, they give you the mirror to make sure everything's all right.
He was like, "Did you line me up deep?"
I thought the light.
You got the Stephen A. Smith cut.
I thought the light was shining on my gray hairs. And
Look at Nathan with the reference. We caught that.
Yeah, we caught
Hey,
that.
you like
Nathan.
You like
Stephen
that?
A. Smith got a 5 hit.
How about that? I don't know what he's doing.
He ain't got nothing but 4 hit.
I'm
like that?
like I can't. God said I can't give you like everything with hair. He said no receding hairline. It's like I'm just gonna let you keep your hairline forever and ever. I'm like, thank you, greatly appreciate it. But then he said, but I'm not gonna let you grow facial hair. Like you're not gonna be able to grow a beard. I'm just not going to.
One or the other.
Like, I'm not going to give that to you. I can grow it on the chin and nowhere else. Like, I can't even grow a mustache.
Interesting.
It's the weirdest, most awful thing. It just looks
it's
like
fascinating.
Look, I don't have that Jay Foreman blessing. Like, Jay can go to full Like he could really beard it up if he
I
needed
could
to.
too. I could, but I'm not allowed to. We got protocol.
They don't really. They don't let you.
I don't think you could do it though.
I got a clean shave. This is about the longest I'll let
Does
it go.
Does Dad have the full beard? Can he do the full?
He
beard?
can, but he won't. He's
He
old
won't.
school. He clean shaves every day.
Yeah. See, I just
Every day he clean shaves.
Oh.
He does.
Every day. Every morning when he wakes up, clean shave.
With the razor?
Yeah, with the straight razor.
Oh, for real?
Get him.
Yeah, every
Get
day.
him.
Yeah,
Oh,
every
he
day.
mafia.
Get him. Okay. Well, he
Every
letting
day.
you know, right?
Yeah,
Tony
that's where I
Soprano.
get it. No, yeah.
He letting you know. Okay. Well, we'll throw it to break when we come back. Jay, there was tons of commentary. I have to tell you that. So, of course, Amy Williams spoke today. John Cook spoke today. Fred Hoiberg spoke today. Mickey spoke today. Several basketball players. We got to see Breidenbach today. Got to meet him.
Goggles?
Yeah, Goggles
Is he
back.
back?
He's back and healthy. So that was good.
Kurt Rambis is back, baby.
Yeah, baby. We need to find out. Like, we need to get a real comp for Breidenbach. Is he like Birdman? Is he Kevin McHale?
No, he is Bill Walton.
Bill Walton, is that the lane we're going to go? Okay,
He
that's
looked
fair.
like him too.
That's fair. We'll talk about all of the stuff that was down there today and get Jay's response from the words of the coaches. They all spoke today, and I'm just letting you know, y'all gonna have to talk me off the ledge because I almost dove back in the Kool-Aid pool. We'll talk about that at 5 o'clock.
You're listening to Old School with DP and J. Download the mobile app and listen wherever you are on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
There's nothing quite like the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese beef. The Mercado offers unique ingredients you can't find anywhere else, open every day from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. The full-service butcher shop and retail store is wonderful for meat lovers with their exclusive certified Piedmontese beef and assorted sausages, plus other quality meats, including pork, chicken, and a wide range of the freshest seafood. Plus, every Friday from 11 to 2, the Mercado serves up the best lunch in town on their Friday Feast menu. Stop in at the Mercado today at 84th and Havelock or visit their website at cpmercado.com to see current deals.
The weather in Nebraska is unpredictable every day, and that's no fun when you're trying to golf. Double Eagle Golf in West Lincoln is now open to let you play in perfect indoor conditions daily. Double Eagle Golf has 5 simulator bays to hit in, by far the most in Lincoln. It has a fully stocked bar with beers and cocktails for you to enjoy while you play. Double Eagle Golf is open each weekday from 7 a.m. to 10 p.m., so you can start the day there, take a client over lunch, or end the night with friends. Check out Double Eagle Golf today inside the Kinetic Sports Complex on West O Street.
It's time again for Lincoln's Best Oktoberfest, the 7th annual Piedmont Oktoberfest, October 8th from 5 to 11 p.m. Enjoy dozens of beers, amazing local food, live music, costume contests, stein holding contests, yodeling, and more, with tickets starting at only $33. Live music by the B Street Band, provided by Aloe Fiber, and Safe Rides Home, provided by Z-Trip and the Nebraska Department of Transportation Highway Safety Office. Get your tickets today at theshopsatpiedmont.com. Use promo code THETICKET to receive 10% off your complete order. It's the Piedmont Oktoberfest, theshopsatpiedmont.com.
Keep your tailgate cool with the dazzling hot deal from Sartor Heyman Jewelers. Get a free Yeti cooler with your purchase of only $1,500 or more. Take advantage of interest-free financing with no money down. Sartor Heyman has gorgeous jewelry in every price range, so buy her the diamonds she's been dreaming of and get instantly rewarded with a Yeti cooler for free. Offer ends soon, so hurry in and snatch up this cool jewelry deal. Sartor Heyman Jewelers, a Nebraska tradition since 1905.
How's Wingstop sound? Crispy, juicy, classic wings. Made to order, cooked to perfection. And sauced and tossed in those 11 soul-satisfying flavors. Paired with hand-cut seasoned fries, house-made honey mustard, blue cheese, or signature Wingstop ranch. And, of course, spicy Cajun fried corn. I think you've heard enough. Get your flavor delivered at wingstop.com.
These days, there are more reasons than ever to treat yourself to a great haircut at Great Clips with the online check-in app. So tell us, why do you check in?
I check in because I'm tired of hat hair. I check in because we all need a cut.
I check in so I can feel like me.
And I check in so I look good for you.
No matter why you check in, you'll check out with a great haircut and save time with our online check-in app. Great Clips. It's going to be great.
Lincoln loves local business. What better way to support local than to drink local? Don't miss Lincoln Craft Beer Week beginning September 26th and continuing through October 2nd. You can't go wrong with 14 different local breweries, cideries, distilleries, and more putting on events to get you familiar with Lincoln's craft beverage scene. For more details on participating venues and Lincoln Craft Beer Week, visit lincoln.org/beertour. Brought to you by the Lincoln Convention and Visitors Bureau. Remember to enjoy responsibly.
Victor deployed for the first time to Afghanistan in 2003. At 4 a.m, my phone rang. They said, "I regret to inform you that your husband was wounded in action." Victor sustained a moderate traumatic brain injury. I was doing school full-time, and I was also then caring for Victor. One of the most important elements of caregiving is taking care of yourself. I just didn't want to forget that I also had goals and that I also had a life. What I did is I challenged Victor to meet me halfway. There are almost 6 million military and veteran caregivers across the nation. We have our own journey, and we can fulfill that journey at the same time that we are helping our loved one.
Visit aarp.org/caregiving for a free military veterans guide to navigate your caregiving journey and better care for your loved one and yourself. Brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com.
On the internet.
KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket. Coming at you live from the heart of Lincoln, America. This is Old School, sponsored by the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese. Broadcasting veteran Derek Pearson.
When you find something that moves them, that makes them smile, celebrate it. That's your task. That's your superpower.
Nebraska Football Hall of Famer Jay Foreman.
Rifles a pass. It was tipped. It's picked off by Foreman. He's at the 15, 10, 5. He'll score!
On 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Hour number 2, Old School, 402-464-5685. Sartor Heyman text line. Honda Lincoln Hotline. If you want to add to the conversation, join in. Hit us with a what's up, and we'll have a conversation. Sartor Heyman live video stream, Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter live. Jay Foreman, the Mercado.
The Mercado by Certified Piedmontese is located at 84th and Havelock. They have a retail store, butcher shop. It has a hand-cut certified Piedmontese beef along with their unique ingredients. Open 7 days a week, 8 to 8. That's 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. Nate, they got ribeyes, strips, tenderloins, sirloins, any type of cut you want. Even a Virginia Slim cut that you probably like. They got seafood options, and don't forget about the biltong, better than beef jerky.
See,
biltong.
And I cook my steak properly.
What?
Grill it.
You do?
Medium rare.
There you go.
Mm-hmm.
You sear it?
Nah, sometimes. If I have a cast iron, I'll sear it.
It's either you have one or you don't.
I got a cast iron.
Okay, I just want to make sure.
I got a cast iron.
Okay.
Yeah.
You can cast iron on the grill. You know that too, right?
Yeah, but I don't know if I'm confident enough to do that. I don't know if I've been cooking long enough to do that.
Okay.
All
All
right.
right.
Sketches me out.
Okay.
That cast iron gets hot.
We need to have another grill off in the
Yeah,
parking
you know
lot.
they
It's
put a
time.
thing on the end so your hand doesn't get burnt. But don't worry about
I
that.
just
Nate.
get scared. I don't
It comes with it. Though everyone I've seen it.
There's the Virginia Tech degree.
Right.
There's the Virginia
All
Tech
right,
degree.
come on.
There's the Virginia Tech degree showing up.
You know, well,
Like it's
DP, actually,
he had a minor in moonshine.
Yeah.
No, I got worried about that the other day because a lot of people from Nebraska haven't met a Virginia Tech alumni. So I'm representing essentially
How
the
is that
school for
possible?
Nebraska. Well, I'm telling you, yeah, it's crazy.
Well, you know what? Actually,
There's
I'm
a
not
lot of people-
surprised.
not a lot of people graduate from Virginia Tech.
The few, the proud. Yeah.
See, he wouldn't say that to Bruce Smith's face.
Yeah, see?
No, it wasn't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like he's saying it from here.
But Bruce already priority. They gave him an honorary degree.
I think he's a doctor now.
Well, you said Pearson Prelude is your boy.
Yep.
Yeah.
He's super smart.
He graduated.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Early.
Sorensen got his degree.
We couldn't cover a lid.
Sorensen got his degree. Tyrod got his degree.
Yeah, he did. Tyrod's a really smart guy.
Yeah.
Sorensen can't cover though.
He really, bro. This is
The
crazy.
people in Kansas City still mad at him.
Let me say this: Disc Golf Jake. The Pancake Festival is October 22nd. We are, in fact, going to those 4 passes that Jay Foreman has will be for you and your family. He says, me and my 4-year-old, my 2-year-old, my wife would love to go to the Pancake Festival.
Take you in there.
Yeah, you in there.
Send your address or just come by and pick it up, man.
And then when you come by the station, there will also be a care from our friends at Beatrice Bakery for you and your family. You guys can enjoy yourself. You can stop by, get the passes, and get the fruitcake, get the pie, get the cake, whatever we got back there. David, thank you for putting that together back there. We're going to hook you up.
Golf Jay.
Yeah, we're going to take care of it.
He's a good. He's a really good guy. He works at the CAC.
Yeah.
You ever had pig's feet?
Yeah, I have had pig's feet. I'm not a big fan.
Neither am I.
What about ham hocks and neck bones?
No, I don't know about that.
What about chitlins?
No, you told me about this before, and then my dad said you don't want that.
No, you don't.
Because I said he was.
Jay's a fan. Jay's a fan.
I love chitlins.
So
not all the time,
but explain the. We're gonna go ahead and take a couple minutes. Go ahead and explain the process. What's required?
Oh, you got to clean them now. They're intestines. You got to clean them out, and it takes a while. You buy a 10-pound thing of chitlins, and it's generally about
it's a
4.
bucket
of what is it?
Pig intestines.
Pig intestines.
Is it good?
It's a bucket.
It's good.
It has no taste. It's what you cook it in and what you season it with that give
vinegar. You put a little vinegar on, a little salt and pepper, and some hot sauce. Not Tabasco.
Now, I'm just going to warn you, if you're going to prepare,
you got to do it outside. You can't put that in your
don't
house.
do it in your house. Do not do. Although, if you do it out back, you still got to have water supply to rinse and soap constantly. Constantly. My stepdad loved it, and he would funk up the house for like 10 hours. Just cleaning it, and then he would cook them, which was another 10 hours of just misery. It's
a delicacy
rubber
over in
rubber,
like Japan or China. Delicacy.
You know the erasers that you had in elementary school.
Yeah.
Just chew on that, add hot sauce, and
it's a delicacy though.
Delicacy? It's like lobster.
Yep. Exactly.
Lobster's good.
You need to go to North Omaha and ask if you can get some chitlins. That's what you need to do tomorrow morning at 5
Well,
o'clock.
but Jay cooks them.
Oh, you cook them on the grill?
You can, but you're supposed to boil them.
Yeah, Texter, you're right. The same with liver and onions. I've checked out on liver and onions. I
used to feed that to my dog Blitz all the time. I used to be running the okie doke on my grandma. They'd make his liver. Like I would eat it. It'd be go right over my back shoulder. Right.
I had a palm named Diva, and I used to try when people would actually make liver and onions, and I was like, yeah, sure, whatever. And I would try to feed it to the palm, and the palm would roll over on its side away from it.
Liver
I haven't had liver and onions.
It was a staple. My grandmother loved it. It was the only thing my grandmother made that I wouldn't eat. Like she could make anything else, put it on a plate, and I was cool.
I'm trying to think, the craziest thing I've eaten, I had goose one time. That was pretty bad.
It was greasy, right?
Yeah.
It's great and it's tough. It wasn't very good.
Yeah, it's chewy. You kind of stay in the lane. Texter, unassigned Texter said this. Just dropping a line. I said, you two are the only sports talk show I listen to during the week. I love the chemistry you both have, and the knowledge that's dropped on the daily. Thank you. And whoever you are, we're going to leave, just for that, really cool, we're going to leave you 2 passes for the Pancake Festival. We're going to leave. Just text me your name, and then we'll add that in there.
There's a couple Jim Druckenmiller shout outs.
Right. Like I'm all for it. I'm all for the Druckenmiller.
Oh yeah.
I'm all for the Druckenmiller shout out.
He was a first-round draft pick.
Yeah. Waterboy says rabbit jerky is the best jerky I've ever had. Jay,
you see your boy over here, 8444, said he chewed on that delicacy at a nice restaurant in Japan for 20 minutes before finally swallowing it at home and decided to never eat it again.
Yeah, like this was a really bad idea, right?
So it's not good.
They don't have hot sauce over there. You see, if you go to Japan and have it, you got to bring your own hot sauce.
They don't have hot sauce in Japan?
No, they don't have Louisiana hot sauce.
Well, Japan's where they eat the fish that still has the eye on it. Like they'll bring it to you on the plate.
In Japan, they eat that. They eat the little part of the puffer fish too.
Still
it's
raw.
Poisonous.
Yeah,
but there's like one part of that fish that's not poisonous.
That seems
when you go, when you go,
sounds smart.
Like you go to Japan, you're gonna see some stuff. You're gonna make some business decisions about dinner.
I'm eating McDonald's.
Like you're gonna make some business decisions.
McDonald's is different over there too.
Yeah,
but they do it big.
Yeah, you get double.
They do it big. The double Big Mac.
You get like 4 patties.
There's a
But it's still
double
like
Big
fish?
Mac.
Is it still the same thing?
No, it's the same thing. They have
You
a
don't know
double.
what you don't know what you're getting over there, but you get 4 patties.
A double Big Mac, bro.
Is it cheaper?
I don't know.
No.
Let's go find out.
No.
I've never been outside the country. I have no idea.
I could just imagine that you've never been outside the country.
What is that?
I couldn't have never guessed that.
What is that
Why am
supposed
I-
to mean? I don't know.
Has Carly left the country?
I don't think she has either.
She traveled a bit.
Yeah. We'd like to. Well, now it's just so damn expensive. I don't even know if I'm going to go anytime soon.
Well, you have 2 jobs.
Yeah, well.
So does she, right?
No, she's school is her job.
Oh.
Maybe I will. Where should I go? I heard Ireland is beautiful. Heard good
Go
things about Ireland.
to Canada first.
You need to
Go to Canada first.
You need to go to Costa Rica.
Like go to
Costa Rica. All
Oh
right.
no, because he wouldn't be smart enough to stay in the village. In the
Yeah,
villa.
but you need
He's
to-
going to
you-
go down the
but
street.
But there's enough people that are on the run that are bartending down there.
Right.
You'd be like, how you got here?
Right.
And
Like
he
you
on
know
the run.
everybody's
Yeah,
somebody.
right. So you know you'll be okay.
He's got a tattoo that says Vito, but his name is Jimmy.
Greg. Greg
That
Johnson.
was my favorite. That was my favorite Costa Rica. We went parasailing. And the guy was like, he was telling us his name. He was telling the stories. Of course, he's telling all of it with the full accent. And then as we're there, his shirt pops up, like just one button down. And we go, Jimmy, why you got a dude's name tattooed on you? Is that your son? He goes, nah, it's really my name. And I was like, okay.
Right, gang.
I won't ask any more questions because I'm trying not to get stuck on this island. There's a couple of things that went down just when you travel, stay in the villa.
All right.
Like somebody's going to say, hey, we can drive like 5 blocks and I can get you whatever you want for really cheap.
And don't do that.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
All right.
Because there'll be
I'm ready now. I'm going overseas.
Yeah, there'll be an
All right.
email waiting for your parents. Hey, Dad.
I'm going outside the country.
Just go to Canada.
They would give Nate back though. They were like, hey, man.
Well, after he explained it to him, they would.
Yeah.
He talks too much.
Yeah, he'd be like, yeah.
But he'd have a tattoo.
Or something.
Yeah,
he'd come back with a tattoo, a belly tattoo.
He'd be in a gang.
Yeah.
He'd have it.
He'd have a
I
teardrop
come back
or
a new
something.
man.
Yes, you would. Yes, you would.
There you go.
From today's presser, Mickey Joseph went full on and said that, and I'll read his statement because I felt like there was something that we could digest and kind of deal with. He said, we'll use this week to reset, refocus, and improve as we get back into Big Ten play. Our kids have to look at this as a fresh start. Big Ten play, this will be our second Big Ten football game. Indiana's offense presents a lot of problems. They had 104 snaps versus Cincinnati last week. They're the 3rd fastest team in the country in snapping the ball, so they're going to present a problem for our defense. But at the end of the day, it's homecoming, it's a night game, and we're excited to get back in front of our fans at Memorial Stadium. Jay Foreman, as a linebacker, defensive specialist, you get the report that this team ran out 104 snaps, offensive snaps in a game. What does that mean to you?
I like that because more chance to make plays. Like I said, I was in reference to the Buffalo Bills passing so much with Josh Allen, which kind of is the equivalent of passing as many times as Indiana has, over this year. One, lets you know they're not really going to try to establish a run game. And if they do, they won't stick to it, right? But then number 3, which is most important, is the communication and the play recognition or concept recognition is good. Essentially, they're playing right into your hands. Because if they run, let's just say they run 90 plays, right? They're not going to have 40 different pass routes or 40 different pass plays. So now you got to really dive into the concepts and the areas of the field that they're trying to attack, either based on what they're running or where they've had success. And then you just go adjust from there. And, I think the biggest thing about tempo is communication and making the simple plays. And we saw it if you watch the Kansas State-Oklahoma game. Oklahoma plays at a pretty good clip, a pretty good tempo. They got some runs, but Kansas State still hung around and played steady. They made tackles. They ran to the ball. They gang tackled. Next thing you know, Oklahoma got impatient, tried to take a couple shots, didn't get it. Oops. Kansas State gets the chance to get the ball back. They come back with their own kind of tempo, not as fast, but still at a pretty good clip. but they add the physicality to it, and then they stick with it because the defense, again, if Kansas State didn't score, they punted the ball, downed the ball, made Oklahoma drive, even though they got a couple first downs. Once they got to midfield or past midfield, they started the field got shortened, so that actually plays to the defense. Then they made Oklahoma play big boy football. Okay,
They didn't want to.
No, we let you get a couple runs when you're backed up. Yeah, you can get a couple, 8 and 10-yard runs coming out of your own end zone. Okay, whoop-de-doo. But now when we think when you need the run to kind of get in the field goal range, not only do you have to run against us and you don't get anything, then you're behind the chains because you've been operating, ahead of schedule. Now you get an offensive procedure penalty or whatever. Now you're way behind schedule. Now it's even Steven. Now all we need is one stop. Boom, we're off the field. So, Indiana has a couple good receivers. I think it's Kramer and Matthews. Shivers is their running back. But ultimately, they're only as good as you make them. They're good enough. They're going to make plays. So what? Don't give them anything easy. When the receivers catch it, 2 guys hit them, and you do it all night, they won't want that heat. But if you're out there and you got some guys that are playing their own coverage, too busy celebrating the pass that they thought they had a breakup, but actually just went away out of bounds, and they're ready to go again. And then here's what people don't understand: there's always a cause and effect. So if I'm a safety in the safety's job is to relay the coverage from, say, like the cornerback that's closest to the defensive side or other side of the sidelines to the closest safety or nickel or whatever to the other safety. So by the time it gets to the other boundary side away from you, and if he's not ready to play, that he will be in panic mode. Well, the person that's supposed to be helping, whether it's hand signals or not, and the check that you're supposed to be getting, because just because you call a coverage doesn't mean you don't have an adjustment off of it. So now you put panic in him, in the safety. And then conversely to that, whoever that second level defender is, or the guy if he's against the slot as well, all based on one person not being ready to play.
Well, here's what they were talking about today in the simplicity. And they said from a defensive standpoint, especially with their verbiage, they wanted one-word calls to action. But being able to get a simple message out in a loud crowd at night and have everybody know what it was. But the problem was if those things were coming from people who were trying to communicate too much to too many people.
Yeah, it was a perfect storm for them not to have success defensively communicating because Nick Heinrich was out, who he sets the defense, is probably your best communicator. Luke Reimer, that's not his best attribute. So then Luke had to not only do that, but then you had a true freshman playing that, struggled at times. And then you had some safety play that, wasn't up to snuff. Now, whether that was the lack of continuity from, the second level to third,
yeah,
or the inexperience, that's how you kind of tailspin a little bit. But the simplicity can be good, but the execution has to go up.
Well, being able, and as Mickey was saying, that Bill Bush's purpose this week was making sure that guys were simplified enough in knowledge of what will be expected from them so they can put their foot in the ground and move.
That's all you need. Like, hey, look, we can essentially in theory, okay, in theory, you can run a couple coverages and you can find ways to defend against this passing game, against any passing game, but in particular against this one. And what's going to be interesting to me is how they start out. Well, first of all, I want to see, do they play with an edge? Okay. But then I want to see how you start out. Do you play with an edge? The intensity. But if Matthews starts getting off or whoever starts getting off, why not run a little high-low coverage on him?
So
why not make Indiana throw to their tight end?
Well, so Cam Camper's their guy.
Right.
Cam Camper's their guy with 33 catches, 400 yards. So that's receiver 1A. Receiver 1B is DJ Matthews, who bailed them out and showed the best in the last 2 games.
Right.
So Camper got him started in games
Early,
1,
right.
2, and 3. And then against Cincinnati said, listen, Camper, you're not going to beat us. We're going to sacrifice single high with safety over the top to take away some of the routes. Everything under we're going to give you, but we're not going to let you go over the top. But then Matthews then started working this nickel corner.
Right.
They weren't even putting the tight end out on cornerback 2 and then putting your second best receiver on the third best defensive back. And that's where they got some advantage. Still wasn't enough to beat a Cincinnati team. But if you go back to Western Kentucky, Indiana had problems in this very simple thing. They had the safeties cap whatever receivers were in play and trusted their linebackers and their nickel to hold the tight end down from beating them deep.
Right.
So there is a method to the madness.
Right. So let's do it. I mean, yeah, say they score one time. So what? I mean,
Sean Shivers.
If they score and you're doing what you need to do, let's see how many times you can do it. And of course, you're going to make adjustments. But don't just, I think a little bit sometimes and this is what Bill Bush, but like you could just throw the whole playbook out of where, not having success. So I think if they can be simple, if their communication can be really, really good, which then conversely, ideally, or up their execution will be prominent.
I'd be okay if Bill Bush said, I'm going to cap receivers. And then trust my.
You can cap receivers,
but the running backs,
you can do a plethora of things to throw off the timing, but it all starts with the work that they're doing during the week. So all this stuff and what you want to do is great, but your approach every day, which is probably the most important, and is probably what Mickey's trying to get them to do, Bill is trying to get them to do, is understand you need to approach practice like it's a game.
Yeah, I think that's a big part of what – they changed schedules. Everybody went home for 3 days. They got to reboot and retool, go through that. Now, again, the question would be, what did you do to improve and get yourself ready for Indiana? Because it's necessary. It's absolutely necessary. And this is as Mickey said, all the players repeated it, so the message is landing that, listen, we're 0-0 right now. We got one game. It's Indiana. That's it. I'm not focused about anything else. Mickey said, I'm not listening to the outside noise. I don't care what you guys are out there talking about. I got to get these guys. We got one job, which is beat Indiana.
Right.
And it landed with the players because they said, look, we all have an opportunity. Mickey's is in a job interview. Bill Bush is in a job interview. Whipple's in a job interview. And it's each week. It's all of the defensive coaches are applying for a job this week. And if you don't do the job this week, there's no guarantee that you have the job next week. And the same thing applies for players. Right. That Marcus Buford said, listen, nobody has job security. None of the players, none of us are securing this thing. We got to put in work, and we have this week to do it. Because if they don't get it done this week, you reopen the job application process and you do it again next week.
Yeah, of course. That's the way it should be. You should have a healthy fear of if you're not prepared, you could lose your job or lose reps. But the biggest thing they need to do is they need to understand that when you approach practice, regardless if you're hitting or not, you need to approach it with the mind, this is a game. And I'm not here to play games. And if you can do that, then you will automatically practice better. You'll be going to practice with a purpose. The improvement will be there, and then the confidence will just spiral off of that because you'll have success in the games, and you'll have more confidence to answer the bell just in case they score. And look, Indiana's on scholarship. They got a good coach and Coach Allen. They're looking to get back on the right track. So are we. It's going to be a physical game. It's going to be a chippy game. Indiana ain't going to come in here and lay down. You got to go beat them. And how you set the tone is going to be interesting. How the guys that have the followers, have the all that stuff. We going to see if you Mr. Go 30, what he was talking about, like you tough on Instagram, all that stuff, or are you real come Saturday night?
Yeah. Well, I'm a plus in the system. We'll go to break, but the plus in the system is that from the people that we heard from today and last week, none of them said that they used the phrase "turn the switch on." That's been removed from the things that they can say. Because the switch has to be on
all the time,
and it is it's a step. It's a baby step. It's a minimal thing, but it means that you're communicating that there's urgency, and it's urgency in coaching and playing, participating, planning. All of that's important to me. When I hear folks say I'm working from urgency, you got a shot to get it better.
That is true.
You got a shot to get it right. We'll come back. Jay, here's a question for you. You can answer it when we come back. What's up, DP and Jay? When an offense wants to play fast, does that push on the defense to cause turnovers? That's from John. We'll get Jay Foreman's answer and response when we come back.
Watch Old School live on Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch. Old School with DP and J on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
If you need to sell equipment and trucks, Ritchie Brothers' new Lincoln Satellite Yard lets you free up space at your property and get local access to all Ritchie Brothers auctions. Drop your equipment off and sell it online at any Ritchie Brothers auction, Iron Planet, or via Marketplace E. The yard is at 8801 US 6 Lincoln. It's secure and makes for easy in-person buyer inspections and pickup. Take advantage of this yard to sell at Ritchie Brothers' Great Plains Regional Auction, September 15th and 16th. For details, visit rbauction.com/Lincoln.
Hey, this is Ernest Hausman. As a linebacker from Nebraska, I know how important it is to have a strong defense and a great playbook. If you are looking for a solid team to have your back, check out my friends at Burke Brown Law. Burke and Jackson will work with you to create an individualized strategy to bolster your defense.
Hi, this is Burke. Give us a call at 402-606-1441. With locations in Lincoln and Columbus, we're ready to tackle your needs. Find us online at burkebrownlaw.com.
People always ask, what are Jake and Sip like when they're off the air? Well, the answer probably won't surprise you.
Hey, Jake, your Honda's looking a little dirty.
Says the guy whose license plate is barely visible.
I mean, do you even care about that thing anymore?
It gets a little uncomfortable. Now, that's when I jump in.
Hey, whoa. Mark, did you get a new car?
Nope, just took my car down to Nebraska Auto Detail. Joe and the staff made the outside and the inside look amazing. Maybe you guys need to go.
Okay, wise guy.
Settle down, Jake.
Book your appointment today at NebraskaAutoDetail.com.
Working at Continental in Lincoln isn't a job, it's a career. And right now they've raised wages again and they're hiring for production operators at $22.58 per hour. And other select jobs starting at $24.28 per hour, with wages growing up to $30.30 per hour. Continental also has salary jobs available and great benefits, plus medical and prescription costs at very low premiums. Dental, vision, and life insurance are offered at no premium cost to the associates. To learn more or to apply, go to continental-jobs.com with keyword Lincoln. Come work at Continental today.
Lincoln loves local business. What better way to support local than to drink local? Don't miss Lincoln Craft Beer Week beginning September 26th and continuing through October 2nd. You can't go wrong with 14 different local breweries, cideries, distilleries, and more putting on events to get you familiar with Lincoln's craft beverage scene. For more details on participating venues and Lincoln Craft Beer Week, visit lincoln.org/beertour. Brought to you by the Lincoln Convention and Visitors Bureau. Remember to enjoy responsibly.
People first is more than a nice sentiment. At American Senior Benefits, it's the mission. If you're ready for a career where you can truly put your customers' needs ahead of everything else, this is for you. American Senior Benefits is one of the leading senior market insurance product distributors in the country, and they're looking for high-energy applicants with strong communication skills. Enjoy on-the-job training, a fun work environment, and unlimited income potential. Visit asbmidwest.com to learn more. American Senior Benefits.
Casey's General Stores is giving away 2 tickets to each Nebraska football home game this season. To enter, just head to any Casey's General Store location in Lincoln during the football season, scan the QR code at the front counter, and fill out the online form. One winner will be chosen at random 2 days before that week's game. So head over to Casey's, stock up on all your tailgating snacks and drinks, and register to win 2 tickets to a Nebraska football game, brought to you by Casey's General Store and 93.7 The Ticket.
How's Wingstop sound? Crispy, juicy classic wings. Made to order, cooked to perfection. And sauced and tossed in those 11 soul-satisfying flavors. Paired with hand-cut seasoned fries, house-made honey mustard, blue cheese, or signature Wingstop ranch. And of course, spicy Cajun fried corn. I think you've heard enough. Get your flavor delivered at wingstop.com.
93.7 The Ticket. Fox KFXL weather. Sponsored by Security First Bank. A relationship you can count on.
Expect sunny skies and another beautiful fall day. We'll top out at around 78. Winds turning out of the north-northeast at around 10. Tonight, mainly clear, a low down to around 41, so it will be a chilly night and a cooler day for our Wednesday. Plenty of sunshine again, but a high of 69. I'm meteorologist Tim Wright for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Guys, I just had my weigh-in over at Farrell's Extreme Body Shaping after my second 10-week session over there. Since I started with them in April, I've lost 70 pounds. No pills, no starvation diets, just the proven method at Farrell's using kickboxing, strength training, nutrition, and personalized coaching. It all starts with their 10-week challenge. The next one begins on October 1st. Reserve your spot and get half off by mentioning the ticket. You can get all the information at fxblincoln.com, and I'll see you at Farrell's for the 10-week challenge beginning October 1st. Join now for 50% off.
We stand on the shoulders of women who came before us.
Women who fought for their own financial futures.
And now it's our turn.
Join us. Visit WeSaySaveIt.org and take control of your financial future by saving for retirement.
A message from AARP and the Ad Council.
Back to Old School with DP and J.
Well, if you're feeling all right and you think you're on, somebody let me know. Will everybody in the place put a whistle in your face, screaming out and say,
Nathan, you can turn this up.
I was just about to say, you want me to turn this up?
Kazoos
You know what this is, Nate?
and hand claps.
The DP showed me. You know what? I've learned a lot on Old School.
You have?
Yeah.
Well, we're good for you.
See,
It gives you something to when you go.
This is why y'all need to be on the video stream.
Dude here, man.
That's why you need to be on the video stream. Jake, what's the who are the Wutabi brothers from Saturday Night Live? Like you put them in the shiny silver suit, and that's what it would have been. It would have been he would have been the third Wutabi brother. That's fantastic. But that was like so for my college dorm. At any point, you could walk through any floor in the college dorm, and you would hear like 3 different floors somehow playing the same song.
With the white pants.
With the white pants.
There you go.
With the white pants.
I like the white pants. I
With
don't
the
know why
white
Jay didn't
pants.
like. I'm digging the white
I
pants.
didn't say I didn't like him.
With the white pants. No, he's worn the white pants in his dad's jersey. I guarantee you. The purple jersey or the white jersey with the purple numbers.
I wore the white pants. I got some white pants. I just never wore them.
I had the white parachute pants.
Oh, nice.
That was zipped down the side because I had the blue. I had blue when you unzipped it. It was blue, or you unzipped it and it was red. And I had the top that matched, the jacket that matched, and then I had the vest that matched, where you could unzip the sleeves.
Yeah,
and it's just
all the way live.
And the fake leather, patent leather, white dancing shoes.
Oh yeah,
you know the ones that you like when you was going to the club. They were these white. They weren't leather. They were pleather.
Pleather, yep.
Plastic leather.
And Barry was rocking the same thing.
Oh, it was killer game, man. It was killer game, and there was no secrets in them clothes. there wasn't no secrets.
Style back then.
Hey, look, them.
Free advertising.
How you doing?
I'm here. I'm here.
How you doing? How you doing? How your mama doing?
You guys are wild,
right? I'm DP.
It was like we had no questions. Like there's no secrets. Through this, Jay, the conversations have been about what's harder to deal with when you talk about offenses that like to go. They want to go fast. They want to restrict personnel changes, which is a big thing, right?
Yeah,
let's get people out there and make them play.
They got a rule: if you got a sub, they got to allow you to sub. I think, but
I
think at the end of the day, it just comes down to execution. Nebraska's just ran into trouble. Just execution. Tackle the dude with the ball. Leverage the ball and not the block. Stop running places to get blocked linebackers, please.
Or running into blocks.
No,
or running into blockers.
Just because they start to run an outside zone, don't mean they're running out there. They running you out wide to see if you're going to take the cheese and run out there, and then they're going to cut back and go downhill on you. You got to keep your pads square, and when you throw people away, you got to be violent. And then when you come to the party, don't come up in there half stepping.
Well, but
I mean, this is like a
you half step when you don't know.
Yeah, but kick butt and then figure it out later.
It just seems like we watched film of watching indecisive linebackers, which is a death to any defense, right? That
Yeah,
if
and a
the-
little bit that's because of the inexperience of playing with the defense line. The one thing about the guys that were here before, and they had been here in this system before, so
yeah,
they could figure
yeah.
things out. Even when they struggled, they knew why they didn't play well, or say they had trouble stopping the run. Damian Daniels, you knew that he knew what he was doing. You had Thomas, even though he wasn't a starter, but he knew what he was doing.
Ben Stilley.
Yeah. Thank you, Nate. I wasn't done talking, but go ahead.
Ben Stilley's my boy.
Oh, well, great for you and Ben. Great. I'm glad you guys are buddies. Ben Stilley as well. Then you had Jordan Riley, and then when Casey was healthy, you had Casey Rogers. And then you also had Ty Robinson. That's 6 defensive linemen. Out of all those 6, you have 1 left, which is Ty. So he was a starter last year, but he wasn't that dude last year. Now he moved into a role where people are game planning for him. Here comes Colton Feast, who's kind of worked his way up. Very, very commendable. And then you had 2 transfers along with Nash. It's just totally so that throws off the run fits. That throws off the continuity. Those guys had so much continuity. It's easier for a Nick Heinrich and Luke Reimer to kind of fit in there because up front you had 6 guys that knew what they were doing. Then you throw in Caleb and Garrett. They had been there. And then you had the 2 safeties back there that were the erasers that you knew that they were going to be
who
steady.
had been starters for
starters
a long period
and
of
they
time.
could communicate and get you in. Then you had JoJo that kind of was a jack of all trades. So it's a totally – and then you had Cam Taylor-Britt on the outside that he was obviously a second-round pick and he could cover. So it made Newsom's insertion into that defensive lineup a little bit easier because you had 9-10 guys that had been in the system before.
How difficult is it as a linebacker to not, when you talk about the rotation, right? The 105 snaps, that means you're going to see several different linemen come in, all with different styles, techniques, or otherwise.
That was one of the things that when we were in Houston, or when I was in Houston the first year, we were relatively healthy. Like 11 guys every week, or we were there. So we were first 2 years we were really, really good. The third year we ran into injury, like Seth Payne, Gary Walker, Jerry Deloach was, hurt a little bit. So then we had to bring in like Corey Sears, who was better as a backup role. Now he goes in from playing, say, like 25 to 30 plays. Now he's going to play 60 plays.
And it's doing stuff that he's not good at doing.
Right. Well, he's playing all the time.
Right.
And they're game plan for. And then we had Terrence Martin, who does, how he played nose was a lot different than Seth. So the way I was used to playing with Seth and how we used to communicate was totally off. It took 2 or 3 games to kind of get it together. So I think the biggest thing I would tell linebackers is just know who's in front of you, how they play it. Some guys like to play behind. There's some defensive linemen that don't fight a scoop block that like to go behind. So that means if the play's to you and he's going behind and actually technically you had the A gap, he's generally, I would just tell him, if you're going to play behind and don't try to fight across. Don't do 2 things. If you make him a decision and it's wrong, make it right by going in there and staying in there and sticking to the gap, and then I got to, play off of it. I think if you get a little bit more of that, I think in the beginning of the season you saw, especially with, Houseman, which is nothing against him. He's never played before. He was playing high school last year, whereas he was doing his job, but then, he's kind of running in the darkness. And so that's just a lack of continuity and experience. Now you can curtail that with the communication and simplicity of the defense. So ideally that's what they're trying to do, so they can get guys to the ball. I mean, Ohio State did it. Knowles came in and simplified things and used their athletes. Now, granted, Ohio State has a different roster than us, but you see their defense now. Their defense, the same guys are playing a lot different, and they're playing with a lot more speed. They look way more aggressive. They're actually having more fun. They're not confused. Their linebackers, which were a weakness last year, has actually probably been, well, their whole 3 levels have been good, but it's been a consistent A++
You said the second most athletic group to the wide receivers, like
Right.
that. It was like, and that's above the defensive backs, which were
Right.
three.
Yeah,
Proctor, day one
NFL
dudes, right?
Yeah, Proctor, Hickman are coming back. So that's, again, the safety play along with the linebacker play is allowing the plethora of defense linemen for Ohio State to do well. So what Nebraska needs to do against it, you got to execute. Okay, your defense, you got to understand they're going to make plays. That doesn't mean the defense is wrong. That doesn't mean the players that we're playing are wrong. That doesn't mean that these guys are horrible. This is Division I big time football. So they're going to make plays. You got to keep making them make plays, and then we got to make our plays. We got to make the simple plays continuously, and they got to look glorious. And it will be fine because Indiana's going to give you a chance to turn the ball over.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Their receivers and running backs have a little bit of a butterfingers, but you got to put your hat on them now.
Mm-hmm. You
got to go back and look at that Illinois game. You got. Hey, look, the running back going to test your manhood now.
Mm-hmm.
So
and in open space.
Oh, he no fair.
This is an Auburn transfer. So this is a guy who got minutes in the SEC.
He's looking for contact,
right? Bit of he's not oversized, but he's strong.
But he runs behind his pads. Yeah. But what you got to do is go up there and bust his head open to the white meat.
Yeah, that's what
you got to let him know. We're going. Okay, you went to Auburn. That's cool. Well, let's see if you like these 6-7 hats hit you all the time.
That would be the plan. Here's what. Speaking to tempo and what happens, Mickey was asked about it, and he said sometimes with tempo teams you're going to get a call in, and then the next call they have to get their eyes to the sideline right away and get the call. One word has to tell you everything: the front, the coverage, the blitz. We do a lot of one-word things, but the linebackers have to really get the call from the sideline, and the safeties have to get the signals so we can get going. All of that in play, Jay, right? That's a full description of just at the first level, what has to take place.
I would look at it like I remember the first time that I was calling the defense against the Colts. And they were running tempo. But their tempo was...
And this is Peyton Manning calls.
Yeah. This is
no huddle.
Yeah, but that was tempo, and they was... If you made one mistake, they going right over top next to to strike up the band. You have to accept the challenge mentally to be on point to make Bill Bush's job that much easier. You have got to know the defense in and out. So when he calls a call, you can already you already know.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like if we ran over under, Panther strong. We used to go Steeler weak, Panther strong. Well, you don't need to worry about me calling the switch. You don't need to. I don't need to see you, signaling the switch call, right, or the slice call. I already got it.
Yeah,
I already know what it is. So that extra second, that allows you to get into communication mode. That allows you to kind of get okay. Now we got the defense set. Now we got to look at the formation. Do we have a check off the formation? Are we checking off the offset back? Are we checking off the line tight end? If he's on the line, then he steps back, he goes off the ball, and he motions across. That changes the strength of the defense. So as fast as the tempo is, it's like sometimes when I guess analogy is this. So like what I like to tell my basketball kids when we're playing against a team that tries to like run and trap and that's what they want to do is press you all game. They want you to play frantically, play fast, not in a hurry. And that's essentially
that's the Woodenism that transfers to every sport.
And that's essentially what you got to do here. Okay, they're playing up tempo. What's our call? Okay, push comes to shove. If it's late getting in, whether it's communication from the top to the signal caller or I don't see him, we got a safe call, and we'll live to fight another day.
Play quick, but do not hurry. That is the Woodenism deep. We'll throw it a break. Final segment of Old School coming up. We'll finish with some more from the pressers today. Talk a little hoops. We'll talk a little hoops when we come back. Jay Foreman here at Old School.
You're listening to Old School with DP and J. Download the mobile app and listen wherever you are on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
There's nothing quite like the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese beef. The Mercado offers unique ingredients you can't find anywhere else, open every day from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. The full-service butcher shop and retail store is wonderful for meat lovers with their exclusive certified Piedmontese beef and assorted sausages, plus other quality meats, including pork, chicken, and a wide range of the freshest seafood. Plus, Plus, every Friday from 11 to 2, the Mercado serves up the best lunch in town on their Friday Feast menu. Stop in at the Mercado today at 84th and Havelock or visit their website at cpmercado.com to see current deals.
People first is more than a nice sentiment. At American Senior Benefits, it's the mission. If you're ready for a career where you can truly put your customers' needs ahead of everything else, this is for you. American Senior Benefits is one of the leading senior market insurance product distributors in the country, and they're looking for high-energy applicants with strong communication skills. Enjoy on-the-job training, a fun work environment, and unlimited income potential. Visit asbmidwest.com to learn more. American Senior Benefits.
Lincoln loves local business. What better way to support local than to drink local? Don't miss Lincoln Craft Beer Week beginning September 26th and continuing through October 2nd. You can't go wrong with 14 different local breweries, cideries, distilleries, and more putting on events to get you familiar with Lincoln's craft beverage scene. For more details on participating venues and Lincoln Craft Beer Week, visit lincoln.org/beer tour. Brought to you by the Lincoln Convention and Visitors Bureau. Remember to enjoy responsibly. Fall has arrived, and it's the perfect weather for the DIY market to listen to the game while building a deck. Deck City is a great place to start as Lincoln's local source for everything decks. Deck City has everything you need to build the deck of your dreams, from treated lumber to Westbury aluminum railings and TimberTech composite decking. They offer advice from real deck professionals to give you proper guidance to make your project go smooth. Call them today to schedule an appointment at 402-480-6671 or go online at deckcityne.com.
Hello, everybody. I'm Charlie Stone, and joining me in just a moment is Andy Goodyear, General Manager of Honda of Lincoln. But before I bring Andy on, I need to tell you about something that really got my attention. Just the other day, I saw on television Andy announcing that in the last 50 years, they had sold and serviced close to 100,000 vehicles.
Thanks, Charlie. Yeah, actually, the number would be a lot higher if we add in how many repeat customers we have for service and that come back to buy cars from us over and over and over again.
Now, Andy, tell everybody about your special offer.
Well, as most people know, always trade for vehicles, but now we're offering for people to come in and sell us their cars. We're ready to buy, bring it on in, whether it's a year old or a few years old, and we'll pay them cash that same day. It'll be hassle-free, and we'll do it the Honda of Lincoln way.
Come experience the Honda of Lincoln way of buying cars, 27th and Yankee Hill Road, or online at hondaoflincoln.com.
How's Wingstop sound? Crispy, juicy classic wings. Made to order, cooked to perfection. And sauced and tossed in those 11 soul-satisfying flavors. Paired with hand-cut seasoned fries, house-made honey mustard, blue cheese, or signature Wingstop ranch. And, of course, spicy Cajun fried corn. I think you've heard enough. Get your flavor delivered at wingstop.com.
Casey's General Stores is giving away 2 tickets to each Nebraska football home game this season. To enter, just head to any Casey's General Store location in Lincoln during the football season, scan the QR code at the front counter, and fill out the online form. One winner will be chosen at random 2 days before that week's game. So head over to Casey's, stock up on all your tailgating snacks and drinks, and register to win 2 tickets to a Nebraska football game, brought to you by Casey's General Store and 93.7 The Ticket.
Sandhills Global is hiring. Check out sandhills.jobs for more information. Sandhills is looking to fill hundreds of new openings in sales, traveling support, software development, web design, and more. Sandhills has a professional culture and is fast-paced with a focus on growth, innovation, and leading-edge technologies. Career and internship opportunities are available at our global headquarters in Lincoln, Nebraska. Apply today at sandhills.jobs.
Guys, I just had my weigh-in over at Farrell's Extreme Body Shaping after my second 10-week session over there. Since I started with them in April, I've lost 70 pounds. No pills, no starvation diets, just the proven method at Farrell's using kickboxing, strength training, nutrition, and personalized coaching. It all starts with their 10-week challenge. The next one begins on October 1st. Reserve your spot and get half off by mentioning the ticket. You can get all the information at fxblincoln.com, and I'll see you at Farrell's for the 10-week challenge beginning October 1st. Join now for 50% off.
Old School with DP and J on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Final segment of Old School. It's sad. we don't have enough fun on this show. During the break, we kind of went. We without mentioning who the special guest is for Sam Hoiberg coming up at 6:00. Every now and then you see the personalities of people, right? Of athletes, right?
Yeah.
And every now and then they show you, I'm cooler than you think I am. I'm cooler than you think I am. Like we don't give people enough credit.
Definitely not. Definitely not enough credit.
So stick around at 6:00.
Hey, this is what I want to ask.
Yeah.
When Nebraska wins on Saturday night, do they hit the atomic dog in the locker room and Mickey breaks it down? You got to. Oh, if I'm gonna tell you this, Mickey Joseph, if you're listening,
only if Mickey has it in his phone, queued up.
No, I mean they got speakers there.
Yeah, but who's gonna know? Maybe Bill Bush will know to hit atomic dog.
Well, no, this has got to be told. This has got to be said.
Okay,
they win. It's got to be in the locker room, atomic dog, and then Mickey's got to start. He's got to get the Q dog.
So you are,
and he's got to. I want to see you barking.
Is he Q? Is he a dog?
I think he is.
Really? I've never seen, but he doesn't show brand, so I've never seen like him in short sleeve.
If he's not, then I would say it's null and void.
No, but you could still like if that's your thing. What's your take on coaches dancing in locker rooms? Post victory,
I love
right?
it. Cool. Frank Beamer used to do it all the time.
Beamer,
he would always.
Did we really?
Mac Brown just did it.
Mac Brown still does it.
Oh yeah,
Mac Brown having
those older coaches love it.
I don't. I can't. I was disappointed in Dabo's gritty. It was more granddaddy than gritty. Like it was just like it was a little tepid.
I mean, I'm all for coaches dancing. When they had Nick Saban doing the electric slide, I don't know what party.
Oh, that's at somebody's house.
It was at his house party.
Come on, Nick Saban.
Has he ever done it in a locker room?
Oh, he was killing it.
Has he done it
like,
in a locker room or no?
No, Nick Saban was ready. He understood the assignment.
Right.
He was at a recruiting trip. And look, he was like, I got some people with me.
He had his nice little sweater on.
Right.
He had a sweater on.
Like he said,
tie on.
Let me let you know.
Right.
I'm authentic in this.
After
this
I
is
just ate your soul food, collard greens,
Right.
and everything too. Let me just go ahead and get your son to commit.
like he went and got
right now.
He went and got Aunt Velma.
Yeah. So come on, girl.
And pulled her into the line and said,
got her up off the couch with the plastic on it.
Right,
You know
stepped
what I'm saying?
right in on time and got it right.
Celebrating the commitment.
Right, like it's meant. Look, this is where legends are made.
Because if he was dancing, it was either a commitment that
Oh,
went
it's a
off,
quarterback.
It
was a quarterback.
But it was if it's a commitment that either went out on the social media or it was a silent commit. He ain't doing that just on an in-house visit. Just hey, nice.
This
visit.
was if this was now, this was an NIL recruit.
Oh, this is a big time get.
Like he was not just handling business. He understood the assignment.
He was the deal sealer. Always be closing. ABC.
Yeah.
Always be closing.
John says, I can't imagine. He says, refer to Coach Osborne for dancing in the locker room. Worked for years. Good with that business as usual. It's not for everybody.
No, Coach
it's not for everybody. But I can say I saw Joe Gibbs dance with that Super Bowl team.
I saw Ralph Wilson at a Christmas party get all the way down for like 3 hours. The owner of the Buffalo Bills. Dancing in there like no other.
AD said Mickey, Mike Grant, David White, Des Moines Adams, Q Riley, all Qs.
There it is.
Tell it,
AD.
AD.
Atomic Dog needs to be played after Nebraska wins.
Nick, do you know who the dogs? Do you understand the Black Frat? So you understand Q Dogs are the brothers with the big branding and the ones that bark. So if you hear somebody barking,
they wear the purple and gold.
Purple and gold, and if you are not a Q,
do not get in the line.
Do not get in line. Do not step with them. Leave them alone. Let them handle their business.
Don't even bark.
Just for the record, just if you see somebody wearing purple, Damian was a Q. Damian Daniels was a Q.
The Omega Sci-Fi. Those are the guys that the NFL did. Yeah.
So when you see that,
you know it. Eric Bieniemy. You know it, Nate. Eric Bieniemy. I see you.
Look at Nate trying to get to the barbecue. Get to the cookout. Look at Nathan trying to get to the cookout. Nathan Brennan.
That was it right there.
Hey, what did you skin a cheetah?
Nate, He won't get that reference.
Well-
He won't road trip. What you do?
Look at you. Look at you, Nate.
Look at Nathan Brennan.
Yeah, I like that.
Look, Nathan Brennan. That is a big one for you.
It's like that's what they do in the NFL. He threw it up too.
That is huge, kind sir. I look a fully okay. So we can have deals with you, Daddy.
Maybe you should go online. You can go online as an adult. You gotta go through it. Me and you would be Q's.
All right, you can go through.
All right,
get online. AD is a good conversation. Like next time you see AD, just give respect. Just give him the respect that's due. I didn't know AD was a dog. I didn't know that.
AD's a Q.
Yeah, that's what he was. Yeah, man.
I don't think AD's a Q.
Well, he's more of a Sigma. He's a Sig in my mind. He'll get mad if he's a Q and I call him a Sig. But that's that's all right. Hey, that'll be it for old school. Don't go anywhere. He's iota phi theta. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Okay, but see, AD, you understood the respect.
Right.
You understood the respect. You have a
I should have
different.
been a Q dog.
I couldn't have been because that's all the universe needed was me as a Q dog.
I'm
just letting you know. No, I could see you.
Oh, I'll be a Q. But I wasn't wearing the gold thongs like I seen.
Yes, you would.
No, I wouldn't have.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have got across.
Gold banana hammock, Jay Foreman. That's what it would have.
With some gold boots.
With some gold Timberlands and a purple. There you go. All right, brother. Don't go anywhere. Sam Hoiberg up next here on Ticket Weeknights, the Sam Hoiberg Show. Special guest. Tune in.